Welcome back to the channel, guys. This is a video I wasn't really planning on making, but it happened. Things happened. The truck was in somewhat of an accident. Turns out the stacks are tall, and if you don't have the garage door open enough, they might hit it, and that's what happened. Damage wasn't too bad, but you can see here that the top of the stack pushed in the cab here. You see the dent, bent this bracket. So we have some body work to do to fix that. Should be able to get it pulled out and looking good. The garage doors, you can see on both sides where the stacks hit, and there is a little bit of a bow to the door, so we'll have to push that back in. I think what we're gonna do is on the outside and inside we're gonna get some paint, spray paint, and make a line that's like, hey, if the door's not above this line, don't come in. But accidents happen, and honestly that's a really easy mistake to make, so can't be too mad about it. But I think we're just gonna start attacking this, take off the bracket, and see what we can do with that dent. So looking at the dent, definitely caved in quite a bit. But it's not terrible. I think we can get it pulled out. The bracket, you can see, took a lot of the force. I guess that's what caused the dent, was this just jamming into the cab. But I think we can get this straightened out fairly good and should be able to get the cab. We have an access hole behind here, and maybe we can stick something in there and hammer it out, see if that works. And then I also have a dent puller that hopefully we can do some work with, so we'll just see how it goes. Well, as you see, I removed the exhaust just to get better access. So I got all the paint cleared away, that way I can get good connection with the dent puller gun. So I'm not a body guy. I'm learning as I go here. So people who are body guy might be watching this and be like, what are you doing? But I'm just gonna start tacking on and pulling. Probably just start in the middle, do some tacks here, and see where it goes. Learning as I go. Hopefully I can get it somewhat close so it needs minimal body filler, but we'll see. So come through, I've gotten quite a bit out. It feels pretty good. There's still a little more that I'd like to pull, just in sun spots. But Ryan came out.
I just, you know, everyone makes mistakes. I just want to say that first and foremost, that it's okay for you to make a mistake, because things can be fixed. It's better that this can be fixed. You know, I like my physical body, I couldn't fix it. I'm so lucky that this accident was just so minor, you know. Yeah, no, I just didn't open the shop door high enough. And so we all make mistakes. And luckily we have friends like Skylar who give you confidence knowing that, hey, we can fix that. Because when that happened and I saw that dent, I thought he was going to kill me. But it's okay. It's working out.
And yeah, so I was actually inside. Ryan, he actually spent a lot of time that day, and he redid the mud flaps, because in the video from the last drive they just broke off, and so we're like, well, that didn't work. And he designed them really well, did a lot better than I did. And then he got the cab lights working, and that's really why he decided to back into the door. He got all 4 of the cab lights working, and I think he was just so excited that the cab lights were working.
I wanted to see what they looked like in the dark so bad, so I just immediately was like, well, let's take it out, let's see what it looks like. So I just threw it in reverse, and I didn't gun it, thankfully. But as I was just starting to back out, all of a sudden it just was that, you know, you hear that like metal creaking, and I was like, why isn't it going back? And then and I got out, and the first thing I saw was the shop door. And so that's what I was ticked about the most, was the shop door. And so I went to try and move it, and of course it wouldn't move. So then I was like, and so I looked at the truck. Oh, it looks like the truck's fine. And then I noticed that that pipe was leaning a little bit, and then I saw the dent, and I was like, oh my gosh.
And yeah, so I was inside, and all of a sudden I get this text from Ryan of just like the pictures. And the first pictures, I only saw the shop door. And so I immediately knew what happened, because you can see 2 dents. And I was like, oh, and like my first response was like, did anything happen? Like, did it bend anything? And then I scrolled down and saw the other pictures and saw the dent. And not gonna lie, my initial reaction was like, oh my gosh, like we've spent so much time, and all of a sudden it's like, and it's just like a backtrack. But
that's how I felt. Like, you think that you felt bad.
Yeah.
When that happened, I just was like, gosh, we got a whole nother cab. Because like the other cab needed a bunch of work done to the floor and all that stuff, but like still was fixable.
And
but like
it's a straight cab for the most part.
So that happened. I was like, are you kidding me?
And it's not, I was never mad, because I was like, that is such an easy mistake to do. Like, every single one of our shop doors are dented from something. Just like earlier this year, I hit the back door with the skid steer. Like, it happens, and I'm sure almost every farm, even auto shop, probably has stories of people hitting the shop doors. And so it's not like I was ever mad. I was just like, you just know, like, it's just more work. But everything's fixable. It's not like we can straighten this out, and most people never even know it even happened. So I think because I knew kind of the process that I was going to do to fix it, I was a little more at ease. And then Ryan was kind of like, oh, like, that's such a big dent. But I was like, no, like, we can, anything's fixable. What I've learned is anything is fixable. It's just metal. All else fails, you cut it out and add new. So, but we're getting there, and we'll get the stack back on, and we'll be back driving. So I got some body filler laid, pulled the dent out pretty much all the way, and then I'm using the body filler just to get rid of the unevenness. You don't want to stack up body filler too bad, or just the bigger risk of it cracking and getting moisture and all that. So just use body filler for very minimal repairs. Pull the dent out as far as you can, and then use this to just smooth it out. So should be good there. Now that that is on there, I'm gonna come over here to our bracket and see if we can straighten this out. Put some big old thick tubing in here. Hopefully I can clamp it on and get this bent back into shape. Well, I'd like to close the door to paint, but remember, we got a big old bend in it from Brian hitting it, so we're gonna try and straighten it out here. Might go up more. Down. Still a little bent. Try pushing some more. I don't know if we'll get it better. These we can close though.
And then 2000 is like 70, it's like 78. So she said those van seats are available.
Well guys, just like that, she's all done. colors are pretty good at matching. I think if the old paint wasn't so dirty looking, it would actually look pretty good. And probably do some buffing and feather the edges a little bit, try and get it to blend a little more, but overall it came out pretty good for just being a quick fix. I wasn't gonna make it look brand new when the rest of the cab looks like crap still, so got her all straightened out, and that's the important thing. So it's ready to put the exhaust on, but I think I'm gonna wait a couple days, just let everything cure good. No need to rush that, and then get the exhaust on and move on to the next things. Well guys, I think that's where I'm gonna end this one. Wasn't a video I was planning on making, but it happens and we got through it, and we'll move on to the next thing. And the next thing will be for this, we actually have a differential coming. We found one that's 325, and that should change our speeds quite a bit. So that is being shipped right now. When that gets here, we can swap that out and see how our speeds are. So until then, thank you guys for watching. Subscribe if you haven't so you can keep up with the build. A lot more to come still, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.